I'm Carter, and this is my 2008 CBR 600RR. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning here, you guys know this bike. This is my 2008 CBR 600RR. I've had this bike, probably about 6 months. I've loved every single minute of it. I've done a lot to this bike. When I first got it, it was basically completely stock. The only thing that was aftermarket that was done to it was the exhaust, and it was just the slip-on at the time. It was just this Yoshi RS5. So the first thing here is this seat. This is one of the first things I put on this bike. The stock one is about that thick, and this new one is just so plush. It's like sitting on a couch. I cannot recommend it enough. It's a little weird for me because when I sit on my bike, the back of my butt tends to stop like right here. I think a lot, if you ride further back on your bike and your butt's here, I think it's going to be a lot more comfy. But even with me riding as far up as I do, it's still extremely comfortable. Super plush. What's interesting about this rear spot here, this rear seat, is it doesn't come like this. What they send you is it's like a pullover. So you've got to take the stock one, you've got to rip out all the staples and do this yourself. It wasn't too hard, and as you can tell, I did it by some of these staples, but it's held in place, and I think it's worked pretty well. You just need one of those staple guns, and you'll be all right. I know a lot of people do the Corbin ones, but I've had this Saddleman, and I couldn't be happier. So next is these Finnerer mirrors. I got these off of Amazon, and I cannot recommend them enough. They are awesome. They've got this really cool. It's like a drilled in pattern. It's kind of like carbon fiber, but it's like 3D. They're really cool. They're awesome. Visibility is great. They're a lot bigger than most bar ends, so you can see a whole lot more of the road behind you. And what I do like about them as well is they've got this little post here that keeps them higher up off the bars, whereas most bar ends are like, the face of them will be here or anywhere around this area. What I like about these is when you get on the bike, you don't have to look as far down to see what's behind you. So I'm cruising and I just look there, whereas on other bar ends you may have to look all the way down here, and when you're going fast, that's not optimal. Anyone who's had stock mirrors and then gone to bar ends, it's a huge difference having to even move your head. With stock mirrors, you're looking forward and you can see what's behind you at the same time. So that's my only complaint. Another thing, if you guys do get these mirrors, I bought these I don't know what material this is, but they're kind of cushiony, and I put them in between the mirror and this to reduce some of the vibration, because these do vibrate at high speeds, and it's almost impossible to see behind them when you're going above 90. Not that I've done that, but good to have, less vibration. Another thing, when I installed these, was the way bar ends work is you have your bar, and then you have the bar ends, and you stick it in there, and you screw a nut in, and it expands them. The issue I was having was it wasn't expanding enough. So what I did is I bought on Amazon these little rubber strips, and I put them on the ends of them, and it expanded the circumference of the thing that sticks in here a little bit, and it also reduced a lot of that vibration. If you guys are interested, I can make maybe a tutorial video on that. I can take these out and show you guys what I did. But putting the rubber around the insert, and then also putting the whatever material this is, maybe nylon, I don't know, in between this and the post really helped that vibration, and there's almost none now, and it's really usable. The next mod I put on here was these shorty levers. I came from a 250, and I'm going to put my keys up here. I came from a 250, and I had shorties on those. And as you guys know, big stock brake levers come out all the way to here. They're silver, they're ugly, and these are great. They're really comfortable. They're rounded on the edge here, so they're really comfy in the hand. You can adjust them, to whatever you like. and they're very adjustable. They're great. You can find the perfect position. They are a 2-finger. If you use more than 2 fingers, it doesn't really work. 2 fingers is perfect for me because that's what I do. And brake feel is fine. I can't complain. They're like $30. Just make sure you install them right, and there's a little divot in them where this brake where the brake thing it like inserts into. So make sure it inserts in that hole rather than the little the bearing there. So next thing is this ram mount. Super helpful. Anyone who does any sort of long trips or just likes to have maps up, you need a ram mount. Or there's also another one. I think it comes with a phone case, and it's like blue here, and it just does that. You know, your phone locks in like that. But I've always used ram mounts. I think they're fine. I like being able to have whatever case I like on my phone and not have to go with the other one. And then this locks in there. It's solid. This won't come out. I used to be scared, and I used to put the little wraparound things on it, but you don't need that. Trust me. Don't hold me to that if your phone falls, but I don't think you need it. Super solid at high speeds. Ram mounts are the way to go for sure. Another thing I thought I would mention is I ceramic coated this entire bike, and it was like $30 on Amazon for this great ceramic coat kit. You get the little brush thing, not the brush. It looks like a dishwashing sponge. Comes with that. Comes with the towel. Comes with as much as you would need for your bike. I ceramic coated all the paint, all the plastics here, and it just brought all the plastics back to life. When I first got this bike, especially like these ones, were so faded, and these look brand new now. So even if you don't ceramic coat your paint, I cannot recommend that ceramic coat enough. Just for these plastic pieces alone. And if you have a CBR, this plastic fades a ton too, and I should have probably put it on this. But can't go wrong with ceramic coat. Next up is my exhaust. This is a Yoshimura RS5 slip-on. It sounds amazing. I love it so much. It's a little pipe that slips onto here. There's a little arm here that plugs into the back of your bike. There's another mounting point here, and then it bolts on right here. Super easy to install. If you've already done a fender eliminator kit, it should be no issue installing this. And it sounds great. I'll throw in some exhaust clips in a little bit once I tell you guys about what else I've done to this exhaust. Here, I cut off my cat, and I deleted the servo motor, the butterfly valve in here, and it made it a lot louder. There's a lot more pops now, and it just sounds throatier, and it sounds like it's breathing. A lot of times with bikes, you'll rev them out, and it'll feel like they're choking, or you can tell there's something in between that engine and the exhaust, and I don't like that sound. I like it feeling, I like to hear it sounding healthy and like it's breathing properly. You will need earplugs. I wear earplugs when I ride just because it's so loud, but it sounds amazing. With that butterfly valve, there's a little servo up here in your seat. You just take it out. I just pulled the wires out. They're like threaded through the back of here. Throw them away. It'll stay open. There's a spring in there that'll keep it open. And the pipe on there was like $30. You just cut off the cat, and it comes with everything you need. I got it on eBay. It was, a really good price, and it's good quality too. Next up, I got it. It's under here, so you guys can't see it, but it's a tune from More Mafia. Completely changed the way the bike feels. I got the pops and bangs as well, so it shoots flames, and when I decelerate, it pops like popcorn. It's like nothing I've heard before. It's not like gunshots where it's like, one pop and then it stops. It's like popcorn. That's the way I explain it. It sounds amazing. I cannot recommend More Mafia's tune enough, and I cannot recommend his pops and bangs package enough. Next up, moving to the back of the bike, I have this carbon fiber tail tidy from TST Industries. Anyone who's done the taillight delete kit, the stock one, you'll know that right here there's a big metal bar that's like this color, that sticks out like a sore thumb, and it just doesn't look too good. And this carbon fiber tail tidy just works great. It lines up with the stock body panels, as you guys can see. It's not perfect, but as you can see, there's indentations right where that stock panel kind of fits in, and the fit is great. So that's awesome. I can't recommend that enough. I also have this license plate mount from TST Industries. When I first got it, it was super illegal. I mean, the plate was like that, and that's a little too much for me. So it's really easy to bend, and you can have it almost vertically with this as well. You just bend it and then bend it forward, and you can get this thing in the exact position that you like it. You can't see my numbers if I'm within like 10 feet of you, but for like passing cops, if they're far away, you can see the numbers. I'll show you guys. It's going to be blurred out, but you can see how much of the plate is showing for sure from back here. So it's completely readable from right here. But as you get closer, like right here, you can't read the plate. So I like it. It's cool. The lines work well with the bike. You got the tail going like that, and you got the plate going like that as well. I've got these turn signals from TST Industries. I do have my keys in it. Of course, I put them away. I think they're called the Halos. They're really cool because they have a running light on them, and you can get them customized for, I know they have red, green, blue. They have amber as well. But these light up when your bike's on. They're not the brightest, but at night they're super bright, and it helps the visibility on your side. And then when you turn the turn signals on, they're super bright. I mean, you're not missing that, especially from the front. Oncoming cars can see your turn signals as well. I mean, you're a bike, so you're not as visible, and they're not facing you, but I think that's enough for sure. If someone's looking for your turn signal, they'll see it, which is good in my book. Next is this tail light. I also got this from TST Industries. The one thing I don't like is it's not super large. I guess no motorcycle taillights are super large, but it's pretty bright. It's really bright, and there's a lot of little individual LEDs that make it even brighter. Turn signals are kind of like a Mustang, where it has that pattern that goes out to the side, and then you guys won't be able to see it. I'll have some B-roll footage in here. When you get on the brakes, they flash, which I love. I think that's a great safety feature. It really catches cagers who like to be on their phone. Mirror caps. So this, when I bought this bike from the guy, he didn't have these, and he had the stock mirrors off. He wasn't running mirrors at all. So these are like $10. I want to say they're like $10 on Amazon. It looks like they've faded. The paint has faded a little bit since I got them. But they say CBR. They clean up this whole portion a lot. Any of you guys who have CBRs know that there's like a metal bracket that sticks out when you don't have that on there. So I'm really happy with those. This windshield, I believe I got it off of Amazon as well. It's pretty thick. I wouldn't say it's the best material. It's definitely a $30 windscreen. And the fitment isn't perfect. You've got this huge gap here. And it's also not transparent. So if you talk, You got to make sure your eyes are above here, but it looks great. Scratches do show up on it pretty easily. I mean, I just got this probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it does what it's supposed to, and it's better than the clear one. The guy I bought it from had a black one. It was all cracked, so I just bought this one. I also put these new bolts on here. As you guys can see, the old owner had he had washers that stuck out past these indents, so there's some damage on the front here. So I bought these black ones. I'll leave a link in the description. They're perfect. They're like those ones that you stick them through, and then as you tighten down the screw, they expand out. Super solid. You're not going to have an issue with those. The battery, I got a new battery when I first got this bike. I think it's the stock one, actually. It's like Yashua. Never had issues. I don't charge my phone, so I haven't really tested it to its full capacity. But I do forget to turn off my bike sometimes, not longer than an hour. But I've never had this battery die on me. I've never had issues with it, and I recommend that battery for sure. Brakes. This isn't really a mod, but I thought I'd mention it. I have EBC brakes in the front and rear. I just put these on. I had these on my 250 as well, and I think they're the best brakes you can get. You don't want to cheap out on brakes because that's going to save your life if someone pulls out in front of you or you make a mistake. So got 1, 2, 3 sets of brake pads, 2 in the front, 1 in the rear. Super happy with those. I also so the stock fairings for this bike, this panel, this thing here, and as you can see, this was silver when I first got it. The reason I say you can see that this was silver when I got it is because I messed up this paint job, and some of it flaked off here. But this was like a duplicolor. It was like a primer, a paint, and then a clear coat. I'm really happy with this, how this turned out, other than these chips here. I did the same on the other side. But the color itself looks awesome. I mean, it looks like car paint. And then I also painted these with the same paint, but I didn't time between coats, so they're a little foggier. But these look really great. I also painted, there's a little cover for the exhaust right here. I painted this black. I say these. Stumbling over my words. It's a Sunday, guys. I'm low on sleep, right? So painted all that. Another thing you can't see, I have a K&N high flow air filter in here. You can hear it for sure when you put this on. Just breathes better. You'll hear it in the exhaust. You'll hear it when you get on the throttle right under you. You'll hear it kind of suck that air in. Also got spark plugs. Thought I'd mention that. My tires, I got the Michelin Road 6s. I want to say they're 6s. Awesome tires. I'm probably gonna go with something stickier next time. Just because I do feel like they're a little lackluster on the sides. It could be a skill issue too, but I do feel these tires slip when I'm on the sides pretty regularly. I'm going to be honest, but they're super durable. These are going to last me probably another 8,000 miles. I've had this for probably 2,000 miles. And the fronts, same deal. Super good for wet weather. If you ride in the rain, these are probably the best tires you can get. But I want something stickier next time, for sure. Don't look at my chicken strips. They're not that bad. On the fronts, you can see them more, but... Two more things. I got... Oh, this is pretty much it. I got a Vortex rear sprocket and a Vortex front sprocket. I kept the stock gearing. I want to say that's a 16, and this is like a 42. Don't quote me on that. Whatever the CBRs come with stock, I got. I showed my guy at the motorcycle shop the sprocket. He recommended JT sprockets instead of the Vortex. So take that advice as you will. I'll probably get JT next time. And then I got the DID chain here. No complaints, good chain, good sprockets. So I think that's it, guys. That's my 2008 CBR 600RR. If you guys liked the video, leave me a like. Make sure to subscribe. I do a whole ton of content. I post my rides. I might do product reviews. Bike mod stuff. Kind of like this video. I do a lot of advice videos and stuff for men's mental health, and talking about serious subjects as well. So leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.